Many of you might know actors who seem to disappear as quickly as they rise to fame. Unlike someone like Taylor Kitsch, who continued to work but faded into supporting roles, or Josh Hartnett, who made a comeback after disappearing for a while, there are actors like Jay Davidson. Davidson skyrocketed with one film, received an Oscar nomination, earned rising star status, then quickly retreated from Hollywood after working with Roland Emmerich. Similarly, Elizabeth Berkley, who starred in one of Hollywood's worst films, saw her career end abruptly, unlike John Travolta, whose career survived a similar setback because he was already a superstar. There are even more surprising examples like Jennifer Beals, who had a brief moment of fame before deciding to pursue other interests, causing her to fade from the spotlight. There are many actors who fit this pattern, especially from popular TV series, like Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, now playing Chuck Norris in a new Walker, Texas Rangers series, and Jensen Ackles, who appears in The Boys but is still best remembered for Supernatural. From the past, there's Don Johnson, a top TV star in the 80s known for Miami Vice and later for Harley-Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Although his movie career didn't soar, he had significant opportunities, including a chance to star in Die Hard, which he turned down. Later attempts to revive his TV career didn't match his earlier success, but he's doing well financially, despite an incident involving $8 billion worth of financial documents. Another actor who experienced a rapid rise and fall is Wentworth Miller. He became famous for Prison Break, but after the show declined, he struggled to find similar success in movies, appearing alongside stars like Milla Jovovich and Karl Urban without making a significant impact. In the first instance, he went unnoticed, and in the second, he flopped immediately. Now, he is one of those who seem to exist, but it's not certain. Some actors like James Gandolfini, Hugh Laurie, or Bryan Cranston were luckier. They managed to secure roles as supervillains, but when their names are mentioned, people immediately think of their hit TV series. We'll discuss TV stars in detail another time. For now, let's focus on those actors and actresses whose careers are usually tied to a single project, like Jennifer Beals. She starred in Flashdance, the third highest-grossing film of 1983. Hollywood producers jumped at the chance to work with her, but she turned down offers to finish her education. In 4 years, she only managed to film The Bride, which flopped and earned her a Golden Raspberry nomination. Had she not been studying, she could have starred in hits like Purple Rain and Pretty in Pink. By the time she finished school, good offers had dried up, likely due to The Bride's failure. Another example is Molly Ringwald, who became a big star with Pretty in Pink instead of Beals. Ringwald, unlike Beals, had a top-notch agent but made poor choices like rejecting the role in Pretty Woman, leading to her current obscurity. Jennifer Grey is another case. She starred in Dirty Dancing but ended her career prematurely after getting a nose job that made her unrecognizable, causing producers to lose interest in her. A unique case is Marlee Matlin, who won an Oscar at 21 for Children of a Lesser God. Producers quickly discovered she wasn't just playing a deaf character but was deaf herself, which limited her career opportunities. Then there's Amanda Bynes, who transitioned from TV to movies successfully with hits like Big Fat Liar and Hairspray. However, her career faltered as she struggled with personal issues. These stories illustrate how fleeting fame can be, often tied to one significant role, and how personal decisions and external perceptions can dramatically impact an actor's career trajectory. At the end of the 2000s, Amanda Bynes began to fade from the spotlight, taking long breaks and eventually stopping getting roles. After a supporting role in Easy A, she announced she was retiring, only to later claim it was a joke that no one appreciated. The press soon filled with photos of her engaging in erratic behavior, often involving illegal substances, which she openly discussed on social media. By 2010, Amanda had disappeared from Hollywood, though she has since tried to make a comeback, apologizing for her past behavior but with little success. Jay Davidson, on the other hand, had a brief but memorable stint in Hollywood. After his breakout role in The Crying Game, he was nominated for an Oscar and received other accolades. However, he was reluctant to continue acting. He eventually accepted a role in Stargate after being offered $1 million, despite initially rejecting it. His experience on the set was reportedly miserable, leading him to quit acting after the film. Davidson claimed he was mistreated during production, while producers suggested he was difficult to work with. He has since appeared only in a few short films and found success in the fashion industry. Another actor who derailed his own career was Anthony Michael Hall. In the mid-80s, Paul became famous for his roles in 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, and Weird Science. Despite his success, he decided to move away from geek roles, turning down major projects like Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Pretty in Pink. Instead, he chose to star in films like Johnny Be Good and Out of Bounds, which flopped at the box office. His career never fully recovered, although he continues to appear in supporting roles. Lori Petty is another example. She had a promising start in the early 90s with roles in Point Break, A League of Their Own, and Free Willy. However, after starring in Tank Girl, a critical and commercial failure, her career stalled. Despite this, she remains active in the industry, though she never regained her earlier momentum. These stories highlight how quickly a promising career can falter due to poor choices, personal issues, or the harsh realities of Hollywood. Lori Petty gained fame in the early 90s with roles in movies like Point Break, Free Willy, and A League of Their Own. However, her career declined after her role in Demolition Man. Petty tried to reshape her character in the movie, which didn't sit well with Sylvester Stallone, who eventually removed her from the project. In those days, such decisions were common, especially for prominent actors. Petty attempted to revive her career by starring in the Army Now and Tank Girl. Unfortunately, both films were flops. In the Army Now received only 6% positive reviews, and Tank Girl, which initially showed promise in test screenings, ultimately disappointed after the studio MGM intervened and made changes. The film grossed only $9 million at the box office against a budget of $25 to $35 million, significantly impacting Petty's career. Bill Campbell, known for his role in The Rocketeer, 1991, faced similar challenges. Although The Rocketeer wasn't a huge hit, it did have its moments, especially due to Jennifer Connelly's performance. However, after The Rocketeer, Campbell's career struggled. Following the movie's lackluster performance, he found himself relegated to minor roles, such as in Dracula, but his career never fully recovered. Elizabeth Berkley, who landed the lead role in Showgirls, also failed to capitalize on her opportunity. The film received extremely negative reviews and was a commercial failure. Despite beating out actresses like Angelina Jolie, Drew Barrymore, and Charlize Theron for the role, the film's poor reception did nothing to boost her career. After Showgirls flopped, Berkley found herself sidelined in Hollywood. These examples highlight how quickly and unexpectedly an actor's or actress's career can decline due to a single unsuccessful project or a poor choice of roles. In Hollywood, success can be fleeting, and maintaining a career requires not only talent but also luck and the ability to make the right decisions at the right time. In our context, the movie Showgirls might not be seen as particularly shocking, but Hollywood still views it as such, 30 years on. Elizabeth Berkley's career was effectively ended by her role in it, as was the case with many other actors and actresses who found themselves in similar positions. In Russia, we have our own examples of such unfortunate actors, like Vasily Stepanov, who starred in Inhabited Island. This sci-fi blockbuster, split into two parts, was a colossal flop, and Stepanov bore the brunt of the blame, effectively ending his career. After this, he only appeared in a couple of minor roles, but those films are largely forgotten. Another example is Sean Patrick Flannery, known in the US as young Indiana Jones from the 90s TV series. Despite his early success, his career floundered after starring in The Boondock Saints. The film had a troubled production, losing its original stars and major funding. The movie eventually became a cult hit, but this didn't help Flannery's career much. He, like many cult actors, ended up in lesser-known roles or TV series episodes. Hilary Duff's career trajectory also serves as a cautionary tale. She rose to fame with the TV show Lizzie McGuire, which led to a successful movie in 2003. Her music career also flourished briefly. However, after demanding a $5 million salary for a Lizzie McGuire sequel, which the studio refused, her film career declined. Despite some successes, like A Cinderella Story, she received several Razzie nominations for subsequent films that flopped. Her attempts to break away from teen roles in the music industry didn't fare well, leading her to television work. Even her recent return to movies, like The Haunting of Sharon Tate, and her attempt to revive How I Met Your Mother with How I Met Your Father didn't achieve lasting success. At 36, Duff remains a notable example of a career that, while not completely gone, is a far cry from its peak. These stories illustrate how quickly an actor's career can be derailed by a single project or series of poor choices. Whether it's the silly Stepanov's fall after Inhabited Island or Elizabeth Berkley's downfall after Showgirls, the entertainment industry can be unforgiving. Hilary Duff's trajectory shows how even a promising start can lead to a series of missteps, resulting in a struggle to reclaim former glory.